Ran al. He's very happy here. He don't want to go nowhere. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم Surah Ar-Rahman ayah number 24. So we're talking about the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and as I told you that you keep, when you memorize, so you put in your mind the things in information in certain way, it become easy for you. So look, if you are memorizing, right, I give you little hints that look here. In this here, first you bring in your mind, you will be talking about insan. خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان. It come with it. So this all you memorize is one piece. And you remember insan. Then you remember Rabb. رب المشرقين ورب المغربين. This is the second thing. The third thing you remember Bahar. And in Bahar there are three more verses. So the first one is what? Insan. خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان فبأي. Then the second is what? Rabb. رب المشرقين ورب المغربين. Then Bahar. Okay? So مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان. This is also Bahar. Okay? And وله الجوار المنشآت في البحر كالأعلام. This is also Bahar. So it's khaka now. Make a sketch like this. Okay, Insan, Rabb, Bahar. And then under the Bahar there are what? Three more verses. Okay? So this is the last ayah of the Bahar. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, وَلَهُ, and for him, al-jawar. Okay, so jawar is the plural of jariya. So jariya is like moving. But since the boat, it's moving, and the movement of the boat is called sailing. Okay, sailing. So this you will call it what? Like sailing ships. So we call it sailing also because the harakat, the movement element is there in the very word of the jiriyan, jari, right? So we don't translate it only as ships. We translate it as sailing ship. Okay? So in sail, as you know, the movement in the ocean is called sail. Okay, you're moving. Like the ship is moving, yeah, the ship is sailing. Okay, then al-munsha'at. Okay, munsha'at, you know the word nash'un, nash'atun mean creating. وَهُوَ الَّذِي أَنْشَأَكُمْ. Allah created you. Okay, then it also means that you grow it. You create it, then you grow it. Okay? وَشَابٌ نَشَأَ فِي عِبَادَةِ اللَّهِ. It means your growth. You become high. You go toward the sky. So that is also called nash'un. Insha. Okay? So then some man which is raised, which is elevated, will be called what? Munsha'un. Munsha'un. Munsha'un is the man who is what? Raised. Okay, it's a maful. Munsha'un. Munshi'un will be the one who is raising. Munsha'un will be the one who is raised. The mudhakkar. And the female of munsha'un will be what? Munsha'atun. And the plural of munsha'atun will be what? Munsha'atun. Alright? So munsha'at is the plural things which are raised. So that is what? Jawar al-munsha'at. The sailing ships which are raised up, which go high. Fil bahri, in the sea. Kal a'lam, like mountains. A'lam is the plural of alamun. Okay? So it is also used for the flag. Alam. Something which is a sign. Okay? And here alam will mean what? Mountain. So what is the summary of the ayah? Walahu, and for Allah belong. Al-Jawari, the sailing ships, Al-Munsha'atu, which are raised up, Fil Bahri, in the sea, Kal A'lam, like mountains. Samajhe? Okay. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. So which of the bounties of your Lord you too, O jinn and ins tukadhiban, will reject. Okay? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, kullu, everything, kullu man, everything, alayha, which is upon her, yani upon the earth, fanin, will perish. Okay? So everyone who, okay, kullu man, everyone, not everything. Everyone, because his man, okay, man come for the will ukhul. So everyone which is on it, which means on the earth, will perish, will finish, fani. وَيَبْقَى, it will remain, wajhu, the face, rabbika, of your Lord, dhul jalali, who is the possessor of majesty, wal ikram, and honor. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, everyone will finish. The face of your Lord, there are a couple of things. One is that the respectable word in English for the face is countenance. Okay, the countenance of, okay, of your Lord. This is more respectable than the face. This is one thing. The second thing is that the face also in Arabic is used for jihad, like direction. Okay? So Qurtubi, Ruhul Maani, Madhari, they all translated it as what? As the direction of your Lord. Things which are toward your Lord. Okay? And that will be what? Like for example, you do salat. So you should do it for show off. So it is not toward your Lord. Any amal, any that, any building, any institution, anything which is what? Which is directed toward Allah will remain and everything else will finish. Okay? So wajhu rabbika is also translated as what? Jihad. Okay? وَيَبْقَى, and will remain wajhu, the direction, okay, of your Lord. Or wajha mean that, like the being of your Lord will remain. There's no fana for it. There's no fana for your Lord, Rabbika. Okay? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, Dhul Jalali wal Ikram. Dhul Jalal. Okay? So now, Dhul Jalal, this is translated as the one with honor. But the famous translation is here is that Dhul Jalal mean he is the possessor of majesty. Wal Ikram mean he is Dhu Karam. He show karam and generosity on the other people. So Dhul Jalal is sifati dhati. And Dhul Ikram is called sifati idhafi, which means other people get benefit from it. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you say, look, he is the possessor of majesty and honor, then everything becomes dhati. Okay? But what I am getting from it, so the other translation is very beautiful, that he is the possessor of majesty, wal ikram, and he is the possessor of karam. Karam means generosity, nobleness, nobility to the other people, which means not like the other kings of this dunya, that everything only goes to him, but he spread out and he shower his karam on the people also. Okay? So Dhul Jalali wal Ikram. And the Prophet ﷺ say in the hadith also, okay, this hadith is correct hadith, and it is in Tirmidhi. The Prophet ﷺ say, Alizzu. Okay, Alizzu biya dhal jalali wal ikram. Okay, Alizzu mean keep your tongue moist. Yani be constant. Yani frequently say, Ya dhal jalali wal ikram. Okay, so whenever you are calling the beautiful names of Allah, like Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. So remember two names, don't forget. One is Hayy and Qayyum, because that might be Ismul Azam. And the other is Dhal Jalali wal Ikram. So these 20, 30 names of Allah, everybody should know, because when you do dua, so that you can call him. And you will start with which one? Ya Allah. And the second one is what? Rahman. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Ya Hayy, Ya Qayyum, Ya Dhal Jalali wal Ikram. Ya Hannan, Ya Mannan, Ya Ghaffar, Ya Sattar. These names should be what? On the tip of your tongue all the time. Memorize it. So that in every one, because Allah says in the Quran on 3 or 4 occasions, وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا. Okay, قُلِ ادْعُوا اللَّهَ وَادْعُوا الرَّحْمَنَ أَيًّمَّا تَدْعُوا فَلَهُ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى. So Allah loves His names. Okay, so why not? He says, call me. So what is the problem? Why are you not calling Him? Call Him. Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah. No problem. समझ गए ना मेरी बात? हाँ. So alizu biya dhal jalali wal ikram. And you know why it's called dhal jalali, right? Because I told you before also, Imran, that look, when you call somebody in Arabic, so you call him what? Ya Zaidu. Ya Zaidu. So this is called munada mufrad. Remember, the word mufrad in Arabic is used for single also, and it is used for ghair murakkab also. It is used for what? It is the opposite. Like for murakkab idafi, murakkab tawzifi. So like for example, you say, look, غلام زيد. So we will say this is غير mufrad. Why? Because it is murakkab. So mufrad word is used in opposition to the single also. Okay? You say wahid, yani mufrad and tasniya and jama equal to wahid. And mufrad is also mean that it is not murakkab. It is not the combination of two names. समझ गए मेरी बात? So whenever munada is mufrad, yani غير murakkab, so it will be marfu. So call Allah, how will you say? Ya Allahu. Ya Zaidu. Okay? Ya Hammadu. Okay. So because Ya Muhammadu. Okay? Ya Imranu. Now look. Like for example, if you say Zaid of the town, so it will be called Zaidul Qarya. I'm just making it like a murakkab. So when it is not munada mufrad anymore, it is munada murakkab now, Zaidul Qarya. So then it will become mansoob. Ya Zaid al Qarya. समझ गए मेरी बात? So look, like for example, you are calling a abad. How will you call him? Ya Abdu. If you are calling the abad of Allah, what would you call him? Ya Abdullah. Ya Abdullah. Right? Okay. So similarly, look, you are calling Zu. So what will you say? Ya Zu. I'm just saying, if I'm making it murakkab, Zul Jalali, so this Zu will become mansoob. So how will you say Ya Dhal Jalali, Ya Abdullah, Ya Abdul Rahman, because munada mufrad will be marfu and munada murakkab will be mansoob, right? Okay, so this is what it is. Kullu man alayha fan, everything on this earth, okay, will perish, and will remain the Zat, the being, the face, the continents, the direction, whatever you want. Rabbika, your Lord, which Lord? Dhul Jalali, which is the possessor of majesty, wal Ikram, and the possessor of nobility and generosity. Karam, okay? Shalom. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Walahu, and for him, al-Jawari, or the sailing ships, al-Munsha'atu, raised high, fil bahri, in the sea, kal-alam, like mountains. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. So which of the bounties of your Lord you would deny? Kullu man, everyone, alayha, upon it, fan, will be perished. وَيَبْقَى, and will remain, wajhu, countenance of him, Rabbika, of your Lord, Zul Jalali, possessor of majesty, wal Ikram, and possessor of nobility and generosity.
Zul Jalali wal Ikram. And so what the Prophet ﷺ say? Keep keep your tongue moist with the Ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram. So when particularly in the dua also, or here and there also, so alizu mean all the time ki Ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram, Ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram, Ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram. All right? Okay. Here.
Ikhfa, munsha'atu.
Okay. Munsha'atu, make your hamza sharpen.
منشآت
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 في البحر كالأعلام. And noon sakin followed by ayn
إظهار من عليها
and yailin, right? Man alayha. And here?
قلقلة ويبقى
And here again?
قلقلة وجه
وجهه.
وجهه.
Okay. Right? Okay.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وله الجوار المنشآت في البحر كالأعلام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان.
One point I forgot, and I will repeat it as we go through Ar-Rahman, inshallah. Look, like for example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said there is a blazing fire waiting, and then Allah will say, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. So the ulama say, how can the fire become a ni'mah? Okay, and some of the other thing, like for example here the ulama say, كُلُّ مَنْ عَلَيْهَا فَانٍ وَيَبْقَى. And then Allah say, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ. So what the scholars say, look here. After the fana of the alam, there will be jaza, there is accountability. And this news give the person iman. And this majmu'ah become a ni'mat. Okay, look, after the fana is what? Hisab. Okay, and after the hisab is what? Reward. Okay, so if Allah give you this news, that if Allah would have not given us this news, that this dunya finish, so how will we know that there is Jannah? How will we do preparation? Right? So this is how in that sense, and similarly when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said there is blazing hellfire, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ, that this giving the news, because sometimes the king suddenly attack you, ambush you, and you don't even know you have done anything wrong. And he is watching you by a hidden camera for 2 years, following you. You say, I wish if I knew before, I would have not done that. So that khabar that Allah, although Allah is ghani, okay, He's samad, He don't need to give you all this kind of information. He can just tell you, figure it out by yourself. You understand him saying? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent at the books also, takrar, repetition, again and again, wake up. This is what? فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Right? Okay, wa akhir da'wana.